Welcome to Cryptids by Candlelight on Geo-Exotic Radio, where we gather in the quiet glow of a single flame and explore the creatures, legends, and mysteries that live just beyond what we understand. If you love diving into the unknown, consider becoming a Geo Premium member and unlock exclusive content, special features, premium rewards, and access to even deeper mysteries. Every membership helps Geo grow, which means more stories, more rewards, and more strange wonders for all of us to explore together.
All right, let's dive in.
Some of your Bigfoot encounters that you had, I know you've had them all across through Missouri, you've had them down south and down South Arkansas. So you've had a lot of different experiences across different states, and that's kind of unique because not a lot of people get those types of experiences when they move to different areas. Usually, a lot of times, they don't encounter the exact same creatures or the exact same things. You have had a lot of encounters, and I was kind of curious if while you were down south in Arkansas or if any time during Missouri, if you'd seen any other mysterious type lights or anything like that.
Yeah, so 4th of July, 2025, we had a whole bunch of family in town, so we all went out to the river. We blew off a whole bunch of fireworks, went swimming, had fun. About midnight 30, we were like, all right, let's head back. We get back to the apartments. Half the family went to the hotel, but me, my kids, my boyfriend, his brother, and his little son stayed with us. So as soon as we pull up and we get out of the car, there's no more fireworks going on. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And nobody saw it but my youngest daughter, and she's like, hey mom, look up. We look up, and those plasma orbs everybody had been seeing there for a while?
Yeah.
We saw one. It was 15 feet above us, hovering over us, watching us. And we're all like, oh my god, do you see that? Everybody's staring at it like, what the heck is that? Even Michael, who doesn't believe in anything, he's like, I can't even tell you what that is. It's a plasma orb. It came closer to me because I started walking up to it, and then it stood there for like 10 minutes watching us, and then decided to keep going. And I'm like, oh man, it's leaving us. And we're all like, that's the most amazing thing we've ever seen in the world. And it, like, because we have all these trees at the apartment complexes, and all the apartment complexes is literally going around the trees and around the apartment complexes. So it wasn't like some fireball flying through the air. It was literally a circle orb where it was bright red on the outside, orange on the inner part, and then it was bright white with some orange on the inside. And it seemed intelligent. Like, you could tell it was intelligent by the way it would miss the tree limbs and stuff like that. And it just went around the trees and just kept going. And we stood there for like 10 minutes watching it go away. And we're like, okay, let's go inside. I mean, there was nothing else you could do. And then by the time we got inside, we were like, we forgot to record it. What the heck were we thinking? But it was amazing because all the videos that you saw, didn't give it justice, because all those orbs are like hundreds and thousands of feet up in the air. This one was only 15 feet above us, just staring at us. And you could tell it was intelligent. It was like blinking and making weird, I don't know, like just the way the blinking was, it was like it was trying to communicate with us. It was really, really weird, but it was really cool.
How big would you say it is?
It was a good 3 feet around.
So it wasn't like tiny basketball sized.
No, it was huge.
And that does kind of bring me back to that story that Dad had told me when I was really little. We just had a birthday for me not too long ago where he brought the story back up when I asked. Because he had seen a fireball when he was a little kid. Dad told me that he was like 8, 9 years old or something like that, maybe 10. And it was him and, his brothers and his buddies out camping. And it was just the kids who got to go out camping. It's not like they were camping far from the house or anything like that. But they were camping out in the woods itself. So they saw like a bright, fiery light coming up over the hill. And when it got up over the hill, it was like a giant fireball. Very similar to the description you gave, where it was like red and orange. Of course, that was down south, where there's like a lot of swamp gas and stuff like that. And Dad definitely thought it was a swamp gas bubble, which is definitely something that, if it had exploded around them or something like that, that it would have been, something that could have caused a lot of injury and everything like that. And with that being said, I mean, obviously nobody really knows exactly what it is. As kids, you're told to stay away from the unknown. So definitely, it's not like they were running towards it. They were definitely running away from it to ensure that everybody was safe.
Wait, what is that light? It's getting closer. Run! It's a fireball! Get out of here! Run for your lives!
And I was 15. I woke up in the middle of the night, and it was probably around the same time, probably like 12:30, 1 o'clock at night. At 15, I gotta go to school in the morning, but I felt like somebody had like been looking in the window at me or something. It gave me this feeling that I was being watched. But when I looked up, my window shades were actually completely open, so I could automatically see the moon shining in. And I was like, oh, okay, nothing's there, it's just the moon. But for some odd reason, I really felt like I should like get up to check. So I did. They were just like these small little windows, and they were like higher up on the ceiling. So like I'm like grabbing the ledge and like looking up and peeking around, like just in case there was somebody out there. In case it was like a break-in or something, you never know. Like and like I had heard a noise, and that's what woke me up. So I'm just trying to be careful, make sure nobody can see me. And I see what I thought was a flashlight. And it's across the street over at the neighbor's house that was perpendicular to us. And I thought, might be getting robbed. So I'm like flipping out on the inside. I'm like, oh my God, we were going to get robbed. There's robbers over there is my first thought, right? Because I see this flashlight. It looks like it's just bobbing up and down as if somebody was walking. And it was roughly about the height of somebody walking, and I'd say the light itself was roughly about the size of a basketball. I mean, maybe at most, like you're saying, maybe about 3 feet around, but to me, the size of this from across the street looked to be about the size of a basketball from across the street. Now, if it was up close and like only 15 feet away instead of like 50 or 60 feet away, it might have been closer to the size that you're describing. But when I look at it, I'm like, oh no, they're getting robbed, right? Until this little light decides to shoot straight up to the top of their house. And I realized that there's nothing there for any individual to be standing on. It's right in front of their tree out on the left-hand side. So I'm like, there's nothing out there for a person to stand on. They're not climbing up the tree. And if they did, they sure didn't shoot up that tree in like a half a second.
And back then, they didn't have flashlights like that.
Well, not only were because I mean, you gotta think now, so at 15, 16 years old, technology was definitely different. Our flashlights definitely were not quite as powerful back then. And the type of power that this flashlight had, or flashlight, quote unquote, seemed to be as powerful, if not more powerful, than some of the really powerful flashlight LED flashlights that we have these days. I mean, this thing was super bright. And I watched it once it rose up to the top of the tree. It kind of bobbed around a few times up there. And it looked as if it went over the tree into her backyard. So for a split second, I actually could not see the light very well, but I could still see it shining back there, even though I couldn't see the orb itself. And then next thing I know, bloop, it came right back over that tree. It kind of came out closer to the street, but still stayed along the grass. And then it shot off like a rocket towards the top of the street and turned the corner and was gone. But I remember as it passed by that wooden fence at the top of the street, those neighbors up there had that big, tall privacy fence that was like 6 feet tall. As it passed by that, it lit up that whole fence as it went by. So there's definitely something out there, and I don't know anybody, even with a flashlight, who can move that fast. So especially not now or back then.
There's not much to say about that one. It is what it is. It was pretty cool to see. One of those things that you think you never see, and then you see it up close, and it was beautiful.